What's up? Today is Wednesday the 13th. Man, I have about 30 days before set 22. If you don't know what set 22 is strength and endurance training. 22 is the 18 to 22 a day average of veterans that take their own life. Um, so before I go into anything, this episode is about imposter syndrome. And I'm going to get into that in a second. I want to read a quote that I found on social media. So it says, "The closer you get to excellence in your life, the more friends you'll probably lose. People love you when you are average because it makes them comfortable. But when you pursue greatness, it makes them uncomfortable because it makes them look in the mirror. And most times, they don't like what they see. There will come a time there will come a time that the people who never believed in you will talk about how they used to know you. Evolve so hard, they have to get to know you all over again." Man, so that's kind of like the uh, the way that I feel about myself right now, right? Like in certain aspects, like I'm sure by now a lot of people have expected me to, people from my past have expected me to fall off. I bet they're waiting for me to come back to the streets. And I just don't like in certain situations, people expect the worst from me, right? But I surround myself with so many great and amazing people that it's next to impossible to go. Like, you might fall back a little bit, but the team that you surround yourself with is constantly focusing on leveling up. It's constantly reaching for more. So you don't that falling back mentality, that it does happen. So the reason that this episode is called Imposter Syndrome is because a couple, like, I've been working on and I've had a lot of help from some really good people, um helping me throw set 22 together, and I couldn't do it without them, right? So uh man, sometimes when I'm laying in bed, I feel like a couple nights ago I was stressed, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do I actually provide value? Do I actually Is this event worth it? Is this event meaningful? What does it provide for people? What does it do? Right? Like, is it like, and I just really started to like doubt myself and like what I was capable of. So yesterday, I was at the gym, and it was like in between whenever I was about to go to an appointment to meet up with somebody. And I was like having this like feelings of like, I was like, man, maybe I just need to do something for myself to make myself like, feel kind of luxurious or something like that, right? So what I did was I go to there's a barbershop, Clark's Barbershop. Good dude, man. Awesome people there as well. My barber is Maya, and then Joe cuts my hair as well. Um awesome people. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get a haircut. Well, like, let freaking I go over to the tablet and I start looking at like times, and man, it was just meant to be. They had an opening for 9 o'clock this morning, so I scheduled that in, went in, got my, you know what I'm saying? You can see my teeth, you know what I'm saying? I'm all like trimmed around the side of the head and everything. I feel like I'm looking fire. I feel like I'm looking fresh. You know what I'm saying? So like I have those feelings sometimes where like I just got you got to kind of, I'm not saying that to go and like you got to blow crazy money on yourself. I just wanted to like man, I don't know, I just wanted to feel good about myself. And one of the things that make me feel good about myself is like a fire haircut, right? um you always feel fresh when you get a nice, just come out looking nice. Well, what was it? I was in the shower the other day and I'm like having the same, kind of like poopy pants mentality type thing, kind of dealing with some, and I'm like stressed out, having anxiety about the event and having anxiety about set 22 and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, okay, you know what? My perspective is off right now. My perspective is off because I have I want to provide so much value. I want to make sure that I'm helping people. I want to make sure that like so what am I stressing about right now? I'm stressing about helping people. I'm stressing about like raising money to be able to do things for other people by connecting communities that made like help me become a better person. My run communities, my HRT community, my first forum community, I'm trying to bring so many different people together, right? And resources and stuff like that to help other people. And I had to check my perspective because I was like, the things that I used to stress about, like where was I going to get the money to be able to pay to have lights? Or at, for like 2 years, I didn't have lights. I was running on a generator off the grid. So it was like, where am I going to get the next 5 gallons of gas from? Like, where am I going to get my next high from? Like, how am I going to say, where am I going to get bail money from? How long am I going to go to jail for this time? Like, what am I facing when I go to court today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, did I shoot up too much today? Like, what do my arms look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, so the difference in what I have anxiety about today versus 5 years, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Well, not three, but like three was still a different type. 3 years ago was still a different type of anxiety. It wasn't exactly the same. That was more or less like, oh man, I don't know if I can stay sober, right? Like, and I've kind of battled that with drinking a little bit, but I have not touched any alcohol since November. So that's pretty dope. Proud of myself for that. I just had to figure out a way to. I had to look at other things, right? Like I had to figure out, okay, well, I know that I've been winning in this area. I know that I've been winning in this arena. Like I know that I'm providing value here. I know that like I do good things for my community. I know that, you know what I'm saying? Like people want me around. Like I know that whenever I walk into a room, I bring good energy. You have to know the value that you possess. You have to know that you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself in some sort of fashion, and you have to do it before anybody else believes in you. Now, there's going to be people that are along the way that are going to believe in you, know your potential because they knew you from like whatever age. Like they might have known you from when you were a kid or something like that, and they know you're a good person. You were raised right. You were raised with a good family and stuff like that, right? So sometimes you just have to remember who the fuck you are, but it's not always easy, right? Like especially whenever you're battling adversity, you're battling challenges, you're battling like hardships and things are going wrong and things are falling apart in your life. There's a reason for that, whether it's clarity, whether it's like whatever, and I had to take a step back and like, it was one of the things that I was talking to Jazz about. I was like, man, I can't believe that I'm having these really crazy like feelings and stuff like that, because I don't want to let anybody down. Like one of the things that we were talking about was like when it comes to set 22, it's a pretty tough event. It's a 100-mile bike ride, a marathon distance run, and then a 200-pound tractor tire flip for a mile. We both know that I'm not going to quit at any point in time during that event, but what scares me is like how far I'm willing to push myself whenever I get to a point of wanting to quit, right? Like what happens when something goes south? What happens when your back's blown out or like, like freaking you don't feel like you can go anymore? Well, you keep going. You find a way and you keep going. You have to have a why that's bigger than yourself. And it's like that with everything that you do in life. Like if you don't have a why that's greater than yourself, you'll always submit to life. You know what I'm saying? You'll always quit on yourself before you'll quit on somebody else. So, um, so I've been battling a little bit of what I call like imposter syndrome with like negative thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to share that with y'all. So that's about all I have, man. I'm not going to try to ramble on this or anything like that. So for the people, that tuned in, thank you so much. If you like this, I don't care if you hit that like button, but man, the most important thing to me is when you share this stuff, right? Like, likes don't mean anything to me. Okay, cool. You saw it, great. But I know that if you shared it, you got value from it. So if I bring you value, if you got value out of this, man, the fee is, man, please just share it. Also, if you're not aware yet or don't know, my personal brand shirts are out. You can go to the link in my bio. It's the GS Adversity Tees. If you don't know how to find that, shoot me a DM, send me a message, shoot me a text message. I'll send you the link to purchase the shirts. Consider supporting your boy. All right. So, hey, look, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all are crushing your week. Jeff, out.